Well, that's very nice. Was it fun? No? Well, you look very nice anyway. Are you mad at Dad now? Well, there's some double vision for you, hey? Slightly less rumpled version of the same thing we bought last week.
Well, you bought this one because you got that one.
That's right. Well, underlining the importance of buying the parts car first.
Yeah, then you buy the project.
If you buy the parts car first, then you know what projects to look for.
Yeah.
So, parts car over there. Project car, which looks remarkably similar to the parts car, if we're honest, really. Justin's shaking his head in the usual way. Oh, speaking of parts cars.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. So, what did we end up here? This is a Peugeot 403 of indeterminate vintage. Presumed to be fairly old.
Not new.
It's not new. I sure hope that there's enough similar pieces that the other one's actually usable for parts. You wouldn't want it to be like Volkswagens where they all look the same but none of the parts interchange.
Yeah.
Well, at least the wheels went on, that's good. Well, it's not rusty.
Is there floors in it? I didn't even look.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
There are floors, but there's also what looks suspiciously like fiberglass matting.
Ah.
So, darts and beer time.
Darts
That's awesome.
and beer time.
Dart girl assisting on the load in today. Yeah, anyway, we'll save the camera for when shit goes wrong. Okay. Best rolling car I've bought in a while.
Oh yeah.
Brake shakes. This is the way to Okay, we're back from the auction with our Peugeot 403 of no particular vintage, and today I would like to put the wheels back on the car that were inside it when I got it. I've mounted up some classic tires, and then I can put these back on the parts car, and then we've got two rollers. I don't think it's going to take a ton to get this thing running, but I don't know for sure. So let's have a quick look at the car maybe. This was the one, of course, that we looked at when it was at the auction, and managed to procure it without getting too over my head. And I don't know, it's not too bad. At this kind of price point, you don't really spend much time looking, honestly. You just kind of, do you want it? Good, buy it, whatever. So, damaged column, and you know, rust in the doors. Floors look like they've been patched, so I'm not sure how good or bad that is, but I've yet to buy a car with somebody else's bodywork that I was thinking, oh wow, that's awesome. So probably garbage. That door panel is at least correct. We'll have to see how bad any of that is, if in fact the car is worth trying to save. Either way, I think it's worth trying to get some tires on and getting it running. These were not the Icon that the DS is, but not nearly so complicated either. And I think they sold well in France and possibly other parts of Europe. Very seldom seen here in Canada, but they were sold here. Just another one of many cars that most people just didn't really consider when you could buy a much bigger Chev for the same money. So not a terrible looking car by any means. Somebody said the Pininfarina. I don't know, it's very likely. I know 404s were Farina. I don't know if 403s, but I'm sure somebody will be happy to sort that out for us. Nevertheless, let's put some tires on it. Got some very cool Gulf Trailblazer A78 15s. Look at these, are brand new. Never been mounted on a car, but they are 50 years old and they're cracking quite alarmingly, actually. So we will not be going very far with these babies, but they will hold it off the ground. For the front of the 403, I've dug up a pair of 775/15 Gulf Crown tires, also brand new from my stash of old Gulf station tires. Not really, they're a little too big for this car, but they're basically what I had, that I had a pair of that were you know, good enough to hold air and keep this car off the ground. So we'll put them on and we'll see how goofy it looks. Under the hood of the 403, we see the original Hemi head 4-cylinder engine, and not much else. This has not been on the road in a long time. Somebody at some point has put some horrible looking plastic master cylinder in there, or at least not right for the car. Some giant bolts screwed through the firewall, so that's all got to get redone. I don't know, doesn't seem completely ruined. The carburetor's half missing, no biggie. The other thing is that the other 403 over there has a complete carburetor. There's our tires on, put a couple of hubcaps. There we go. Still a long ways from being anything that we could drive, but we're a little closer. I bet you we could get this thing running. I just turned it loosely by hand and didn't seem to give any trouble turning over, so I bet with an afternoon's playing around we could have it going. I don't have a key for the car, so we will have to get just hot wire it for now. There's no steering lock on these things, I don't believe. Right, that's not going to put up much of a fight. So, just more old debris to play with. Really cool. Well, all we know about that. Hey, Prangers, come here. Come on. No? Oh, the weather's going away. It's too bad. Good afternoon. Okay, attempt number 2 or 3 to show you what we bought at the auction here. I eventually traced it to a microphone failure, not the cable, not the camera. Anyway, whatever. That's not anybody's problem but mine. But here we are. This is my problem. It's a late model R5 Sport. This is, I bought this for parts. It's not beyond repair, but when you got 2 better ones, you're gonna need some parts. Oh, the tires are not great. I didn't buy it for the tires. I did kind of buy it for these sweet driving lights though. These are awesome. Let's have a lookie. Oh, Marshall. Those are awesome. So, be very carefully getting those off. Those are definitely going on something. There we go. Headlights are nothing special, I don't think. Whatever, right? Just a parts car. But has a pair of seats that are not ripped up. I'm not sure how much of this would ever come out, this yellowing or whatever. Foam seems fair. The car smells a little mousy, so if I did decide to use these, I would be disassembling the seat and putting them in the wash as per my friend Peter Anderson's technique, which he seems to employ regularly with very much success. So Pete, I'm going to steal that idea and try and fix these babies up. They're very much nicer than what's in my gold car. The ones in my black car are excellent. So these have got no other purpose except to fix up the gold car. It's got the tachometer. It's got a much nicer dash than the gold car. The sport wheel, which is nice. And broken window, which is a bit sad, but of course we didn't pay that much for it. So biggest problem I have right now is I just threw these are spare tires from the other cars I have to get it on the trailer, and then it turns out it doesn't even roll. So number one thing, let's get the brakes apart and see if we can get this thing to roll. If we can get it to roll, we can at least get it off the trailer. That frees us up to buy more junkers. But not today. Let's get this going. Pretty basic. I don't know what's wrong with it. I suspect that either the brake cable is seized or the cylinder is seized. Either way, something's seized, and we're gonna deal with it. Can't imagine how anything that looks that mint could be seized. We'll possibly pull the bearing there and give her a few taps. If it loosens up with just a couple of taps with a hammer, then it's probably the wheel cylinder is just rusted up. And if we can free it up, then it'll roll. Even if we can free it up enough to get the drum off, because right now that would be a bit of a challenge. It's stuck on there pretty hard. We dragged the car up onto the trailer and it didn't even move at all. So it's gonna take a minute. All right, there was not any point in even trying to figure out what was wrong. Everything was rusted, absolutely solid. So there we go, good enough. You can hear the brake cable still dragging around in there, but I don't care. That's gonna roll just fine. So I'll do the other side. That's that. The most exciting part about that was that the engine isn't seized. When I was slowing it down by having the car in second or fourth gear, and when I let the clutch out to stop the car, it turned the engine over. So that is fantastic news, because that means that if we can get this engine running, that I can just take it straight out, put it in the black car, and we're on the road. So that would be a huge time saver. So I may have won the Renault 5 lottery after all with this little guy. So now I'm I was gonna stick it in the pile here, but I think she's got to go over in front of the shop there, and we got to get this thing going. I just think those cars are awesome, and if you got to have an economy car that's a so-called sensible car, it might as well be Goofy in French like that. Speaking of which, hey Goofy, there she is. Hey, how's my girl? Yeah? You can't go chase everything, okay? Well, it's a pretty fantastic Tuesday here, and I'm kind of excited about trying to get this Renault running. Thought you guys might like to see the finished parking lot here. I just love it. Of course, Justin completely saving the day here, and look at that, a little forklift parking spot. That is so nice. It used to just sit in a big mud hole here. Now it's got its own little pad. So I put the 40 Dodge back here. I stuck the Packard there just for now. I don't think that'll be the car that ends up there. I'd like to get something that suited this a little better. You know what? That gives me an idea. Maybe we should put this Chrysler there. That's not a terrible idea. Then I could just put the Packard where the Chrysler is. What do you guys think? That Chrysler would look pretty nice beside the Dodge. They're very similar in vintage. Might be something to think about. There's my girl. What are you doing there, Minnie? Just running around? Dan called me yesterday, or sent me a photo. He was at the wrecking yard. A lot of that stuff from the auction that I was at last week didn't find homes with private owners, but actually went to various wrecking yards. Frankers has found a squirrel, same squirrel that she barks at every day. He sent me a photo, and one of the cars was a Packard ambulance, 1954. Look at that. It's the same engine as in our race car Clipper, Thunderbolt 327. It looked like it was sitting in a freshly blasted and painted chassis, and very nice to see this one is a stick shift. So we grabbed all the shifter linkage and whatnot as well, and extra carburetor, transmission mount, complete top to bottom, water pump, Jenny, starters on it, distributors there, everything is there, solenoids, everything. So complete Packard engine, and it turns over. No reason to believe that it won't run. How could I leave that there? A couple of $100 and have that magnificent engine back at my house. It was just going to get wrecked or full of water there. So we're going to take it out of here. We're going to find somewhere to put it, bringing me back to my C-can musings there. But look at the size of those monsters. That is awesome. Anyway, I just couldn't leave this sitting in the junkyard to get crushed. It was a real shame. The car was probably, it was better than half finished, and then when Andre died, everything just got, pieces all just got thrown inside it. The dash and everything's in there. All the taillights were all just thrown inside it and sent to the junkyard. So I figure I got to at least try and save this. Okay, and we're back at it. Miles is here today because he just cannot resist working on small French cars.
Yes, my favorite.
We dragged the auction R5 up here, and after it bumped over last night, I just can't resist just seeing if it'll go. So we're going to just pump some fuel into it, and we're going to take the plugs out. Let's get some air and blow all this shit out of the way so we don't.
Like that.
I really would like to see if we can save this engine and just install it in the much nicer black car. So we'll see how it goes. If it fires, we'll put some antifreeze or water in it and go around the yard. There's all the, it's complete, so there's no reason to believe it won't run. All the wires are
hooked up, nothing's sitting loose.
That's all Delco electronics here.
That all about?
That's spare tire holder,
Nothing.
So we just got to get a battery.
Everything seems to be in its place, so that's something.
Yeah, well, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, love it. Okay.
Okay.
We got some fuel, power.
Why is that? Oh, it's just sucking air.
Because the angle?
Yeah, it's okay. There's fuel in the car.
Over and just reduce that a little.
Yeah, it's just not great.
You looking?
Oh yeah, we got lots of prime.
Lots of fuel. Lots of fuel.
Okay, well, I'm gonna turn the fuel off. Well, who knows, right?
Right.
I mean, it should sputter anyway.
Lay bets on this one?
Well, I'm not betting because there's a lot of ways it could not. It should start, but it's got electronic ignition, which I don't trust.
I was hearing sparks as we were rotating earlier.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh well, that'd be nice.
I was hearing click, 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 click. So I like it. Good odds. I don't know, right? Is that exhaust coming right back up again?
Well, as long as it's not an electrical fire.
It was coming out of there and coming out of here. Is this exhaust right here?
Well, that's fine as long as it's not.
It seems like exhaust.
It's not an electrical fire.
No,
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't. Let's see if we can get it to idle.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start it one more time here.
Reach in. It's already tuned up. Doesn't need a pump. Oh. Incredible. That is really amazing.
What a champion.
You got so lucky here.
Man.
I don't think we've ever had a Will It Run go that smoothly.
Look at that.
That was amazing. Exhaust leak, or maybe you got a plug muffler?
could just be dirt burning off the manifold.
Sure.
It's not bad, whatever it is.
Maybe shut her down. Amazing. She's a beauty.
Yeah, it's got to be something burning off because
I think so, yeah.
it's still smoking when the engine's not running. So it's got to be just dirt on the exhaust manifold.
Piss or whatever, you know.
And it doesn't smell. It's just, you know, I have to see. We do not know what's been hooked up or unhooked in the way of smog controls either.
Sure.
Like the air pump's gone and the little air pump things have been cut off, as they always have. I bet you if we topped up the antifreeze, we could go for a drive.
And that's what we should do.
Then that's what we're going to do.
Hey, it looks like no air anymore.
Certainly not very much. Definitely hot.
You want tire? Okay, tires are good. One more. That looks pretty good.
That's a pretty awesome test drive. Car just runs fantastic. Idling down to 600 RPM. Not burning coolant anymore. Probably have to go through the carburetor. It's sitting a long time, but that makes me pretty happy. Cruising the Edsel today. Dean left it at my place when he went to visit his daughter in BC. And so I thought, well, if you're going to leave it in my yard, I'm going to take it for a drive. So I showed you guys what I bought, but I thought maybe it would be fun, possibly more fun for most people, to see what Dan bought. I think you guys will enjoy. Dan actually bought a couple of cars that I definitely would have bought if I hadn't already spent too much money that day. So I know I'm pretty excited to see these cars, and we didn't get a very close look at them before the auction, but I saw enough to think these are probably the ones. If I had unlimited funding, I would have bought these cars as well. So, and I think he bought something else that's not a car that I'm also a big fan of. So we'll pull into the GCFCE here and waste a few minutes of Dan's time. Edsel on pretty good behavior today. Only had to sort one tired vacuum line that was probably making the car hard to start. Edsel pulls really well. Great engine in this car. Puppy. Hi, Niggy. All right, we're here with Dan today, and Dan got auction fever too.
too much.
A little too much.
Went a little crazy on the computer buttons.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Mark used to call it happy fingers.
The happy fingers, yes.
Yeah.
Internet bidding is just so easy.
Internet bidding, right? Oh, you guys might remember this from the auction preview video. What is it, Dan?
A 1940 Oliver, or what I think is actually a cockshut, but
It's actually a cockshut, which is a Canadian rebranding of the Oliver tractor.
yeah.
And it's a beauty.
This thing's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous actually. Dual exhaust yet?
Do you want to hear a nice morning fire up
I
real
want to
quick?
hear a cold start. Morning Oliver 70 cold start.
Sweater weather cold start though, like
Yeah.
not full on jacket, but
No.
get the fuel turned on here. Sediment bowls actually.
So it's a inline 6-cylinder gasoline and nice magneto there. That's cool.
Yeah, it's got a mag on it.
Yeah.
We'll see if the battery is.
Oliver 70. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, pretty neat old thing, hey?
What a beauty.
And overall, it's pretty decent shape.
Yeah. Oh, really nice.
The brakes work, the clutch works.
Yeah. Gauges work. Yeah. How awesome.
I think it needs to tune up because it probably hasn't had one.
Nice. That's a pretty sick sign, buddy. Look at the size of that.
Well, at least I have all steel products.
So that's the tractor part of the show.
Here?
Yeah, man. This collection looks pretty
There's a lot of ball
utilitarian.
joints going on here, hey?
What I like about the next thing you bought is that it's completely different from all of this. Let's see what Dan bought. It's a pickup truck cab. Wow. Oh, that is a classic.
You know what, it came in handy though? I
It's
used
not
the
bad.
battery cable off it for the Oliver.
We were just kidding around. Dun dun dun.
Cool.
What is going on? That is, I'm like always so jealous. I'm just such a jealous person. What are we jealous of here today?
The welding.
The amount of welding
Dan's
it
really
needs.
welding and I'm not.
Yeah.
too
Dan gets
bad.
to weld for years.
Yeah.
1953 Coupe de Ville. Oh my God! What a car!
What an amazing car, hey?
What an absolutely amazing car!
And it actually, when you look at it, it actually looks worse than it is.
We saw this there and
No tires on it.
yeah,
Fucking-
yeah. But wow, like, oh, I just love it so much. This needs to be restored.
This is a cool old car. This is a really cool old car.
It's so complete. Look at all the badges are there. The Coupe de Ville emblems are there.
I've never opened the driver door, so now I guess it's a good time.
Yeah. Get in there. Okay, didn't fall off. That's good. Oh man, how crusty it is. It's a little on the crusty side, but power hydraulic windows. But even the emblem in the center of the wheel is there, and the only thing missing is the radio by the looks of it. What's that on the floor? Oh, it's got
What's this?
decorative panels on the kick panels. Yeah, that's for the kick panel.
Oh, that'd be the kick panels, yeah.
It's amazing.
Which one of them's missing? Oh, there's the hydraulic stuff. Does it have hydraulic seat
Yeah,
too?
probably
Yeah, it
would.
does. Yeah, it's got a
Oh,
hydraulic
my.
seat.
You are going to be a busy man when you do this thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's got a hydraulic fucking seat.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's wild. Look at all the shit going on here, hey?
Oh,
the other kick panel's there. It's just laying on the ground.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Everything about it is just awesome. So much chrome to play with. So many moldings to fucking pound the dents out of.
Look at this, hey? Look at how they put this lubricated tag at the factory. This Cadillac tag. It's old junk, hey?
Grill and bumper are there though.
It was only being held on by one bolt still.
So what should this have under the hood?
I believe
331, right?
this is a
Oh, it's got the Batwing air cleaner. Was that a Carter? Same Carter?
like a WFB or something.
Yeah. Look at all this stuff has just been sitting here forever, hey?
For years, man.
A lot of years. It's gonna take a little to get her going. I love how untouched it is. Like, this is how this car looked when it was shut off.
Well, let's tighten the belt up and.
She's stuck, eh?
Oh, you
I'd
never
be
know.
very surprised if it wasn't stuck. Watch your head on this hood.
It's stuck.
53 Coupe de Ville, like one of the coolest cars. Like, just such an amazing car. Look at the roof line and the
Everything.
swoopy hips at the back and the fins. Before the fins got ridiculous, look at the line there. Just incredible. The two-tier bumper. Some damage at the back from people butchering the trunk to get it open. Boy, that bugs me. Just take the back seat out. Look at the hubcaps in the back. Look at all of this. Look at these gutters and everything.
I know, they're nice.
Like, you'd think that would all be ruined. This is
actually an
very
exceptional
special car. Yeah, this car is so solid. Well, very solid. I wouldn't say perfectly solid. Very restorable car. Look at the size of the back fenders. That's what we're talking about, eh? Like, you need the coupe for the massive back fenders. And the skirts and all the stainless is there on the bottom. It's just so awesome. Wow. I don't know how a guy would top that. That is just
Oh no.
so fantastic. Well, you got any ideas? Oh my god. Okay.
Like I said, I was a little happy on the old bid
Little
button.
happy. 53 Olds 98 Holiday hardtop. Unbelievable.
Pretty
Original
magical.
paints. Original wheel covers. Like,
I don't know what's going on with
this
that.
was this to me was the pick of that whole auction.
I lost control of my life.
It's so beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen one before. Other than pictures, you know, but... Is it open?
Yeah. Opens quite nice. Same hinges it looks like as the Cadillac, right? The latches.
Yeah, sure.
The inside hinges are a little different, obviously.
Wow. Autronic eye.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like this was pretty swanky.
This was pretty high end, yeah. And again, hydraulic windows. Look at all the moldings. Beautiful. Look at that. 98. No peasant 88 here. Needs a light bit of retouching, hey?
Yeah, like, yeah. It's like moss is on there forever or something, right above the trim.
Yeah, I think there's a insulation panel behind there that just held water.
Oh, yeah,
The
that's very
Ford,
possible.
it's right above that wheel tub. But unbelievable. Continental kit yet. Yeah.
No, doors are good on it.
Look at the way the serial tag is mounted on an angle. Weird. Dan and I were looking, we think the front seat's been replaced or redone because this is the correct fabric, this checkerboard.
This stuff is correct,
Yeah,
from what we found.
yeah. So the front seat's been replaced or redone. I think it's from another car. I'm not entirely sure. All the chrome bows on the headliner. So cool. Look at that. Holiday.
And I think it had a lighter blue roof is what it looked like.
Yeah, that would make sense. Two-tone. It's so straight though. Look at, there's not a dent in that roof. Not a ripple.
You could probably just scuff and paint that roof
Yeah,
realistically.
sand and paint. Probably the only part of the car that's sand and paint, but
Yeah.
that's still sand and paint.
Something. It's giving,
That's right,
us,
something.
it's giving us hope.
Well, the hood's pretty nice. Man. I actually really love the look on the whole car. You almost don't want to paint it. It's just, that's original paint, man. Like, what a car.
It looks way
Man.
better with the skirts on it. Like
Sure,
hands down.
yeah, yeah. I could just stare at it. It's just amazing.
Just needs to be cleaned. Like this is literally how they came out of the yard. We haven't washed them or anything. This
No,
is
this
wind
is just
blown.
right off the trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
There you go.
Oh, another epic air cleaner.
This is a
Rocket
303.
303.
It should be a 303
Yeah.
rocket. Is what it
Okay.
should be.
Yeah.
Like this carb and everything.
Yeah,
Too.
this was running a lot more recently than the Caddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bet you get this inside and spend a weekend on it, and it drives itself out.
Let's get all this all lubed up now. Just so in a month from now, or a few weeks from now, whenever I get to it, that I'm not all pissed off that I didn't do it.
I just love the molding that comes out around the headlights and goes halfway down the car.
I know, that's the best look of the whole thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just so cool. And the awesome piece of stainless that comes down from the dip. Somebody had some fun in the back there.
The color of the engine's pretty wild, hey?
What is it?
Green.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Cool, hey?
I
It
think
turns
it'll-
actually quite easily,
If
like...
it turns, it'll go. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll go.
Right.
It's absolutely amazing how good this car is. Lansing, Michigan, General Motors Corporation, Oldsmobile Division.
Just get everything soaked here, so...
Got your paint codes there. Such a beautiful car. Well, Guess I'll go back and look at my $300 rusty Peugeot I bought.
Which is also epic.
Well, no, I don't think epic is the word after this. Oh, look, I didn't see the globe in the steering wheel. Oh, man. What am I doing with my life?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to buy one of these now. You know, all that one of us needs is the Buick hardtop version. Oh, wait. If you get this on the road, I'll restore the 50 Buick Riviera.
Done.
Then
You got years, don't worry.
that's right. That's all right. I think mine needs more welding than this. Oh man, I'm so happy for you and jealous in equal amounts. So we'll just have to see. God, it's awesome. Just.
I'd like to move it to right here, but
What do you think, Minnie Boo? Yeah, it's very pretty today. You're very nice too. Ready to go, men? All right. Frankers and I are gonna head over to the site of the auction where there was some cars for sale, and we'll have a look and see if we can get one of them home. I ended up with 3 cars. So anyway, online bidding, easy to get a little carried away. Nevertheless, 3 cars, so let's go have a look. Scripted Andy to help me unload the car, and we're gonna push that baby off. This is the longest wheelbase car I think I have. Like, this is the only car I've ever loaded on here where the back wheels were a foot away from the ramps when the fronts came off.
what was it, 7-passenger, 8-passenger car?
Well, driver and 7 passengers.
It's 8 passengers. It's like a freaking big car.
It's like a limo, yeah. Yeah, it's cool, eh? And I think this long wheelbase with no seats was called the Commercial. So it was essentially a van.
So this is a long wheelbase version of a traction.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Most of them don't have from here back.
Oh.
No, it's a long wheelbase version. We'll forego trying to get it running for now, just in the interest of getting it off there. And
It looks decent.
I actually bought a car that Tom doesn't hate. This is a first.
Yeah.
How many years have I known you?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we're just unloading her.
It's nice. Does this thing turn over or?
We haven't even tried. I presume it does.
Well, you
Right
don't
in
want to throw a 12 volt
No,
in
we're
there
gonna put a
and
meter on it.
and,
check.
and fry the wires on it. So yeah, $200 sounds pretty good.
200 spare, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's the neighbor price, though.
Yeah. Even my wife would like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's driving. How close are we, Andy?
Still a foot away from the ramp.
You don't have to turn the wheel a little bit to just hold it.
We'll be fine. But yeah, kick it over this way and then straight off. Yeah. Give it a little push down.
Okay.
I'm just here on the brakes. So.
I'm gonna have to take this thing for a rip past my place. Let me get it off the goddamn.
Wait till your wife finds out you bought an old French limousine. She'll be so thrilled.
Pretty comfy inside. Look at the size of the back.
Look at this fucking thing. I mean,
8 passengers.
yeah, like it's a beauty. I'm surprised you even got it. I mean, you think that you know, guys would be
Like a real collector.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you'd think a real
Well,
collector would
you'll
have
have
got
to
it.
take a picture and send it to Jay Leno. He'll want it.
Oh, I think he's probably got a better one.
Probably got one or two of
He's
these.
got a better one, I can guarantee it. Yeah.
It's kind of an awkward style car though. I've got it.
It's a bit weird looking, yeah.
That C pillar, or sorry, the rear door to the C post, it's like,
Well, you can see that they've extended
added
the roof
that,
and
right?
everything, right?
yeah,
Because
it
the
would look
smaller,
a lot nicer if it just
yeah,
Would have come down
yeah,
there.
and the regular sedans did.
it's
This
like
is
an
the limo.
E-Type 2+2.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Just
okay.
a little awkward, yeah. I think they just look
This
crazy.
is for a full family.
Oh,
That's what
shit,
it's called.
yeah.
It's called the familiale, which
Not
means
a
in
little.
French for the whole family.
Look at that.
Look at the jump seats, Tom.
Yeah.
8 passenger vehicle.
Yeah, you could literally put your whole harem and all your kids in there.
Jesus.
This is what Andy needed.
Yeah.
He's the one with the kids.
Fuck the pickup truck, go right to the.
Yeah, get the familiale. Oh, here's those weird little French parking lights. These are on the Peugeot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's
This thing will
nice
clean
little
up.
car.
It'll clean up. Yeah.
It's a nice car. You're not gonna find. This is probably the only one in Alberta.
Except for the other one there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody bought the other one? The really
The
rough
two other ones, yeah.
one? They got bought.
But this was the only limo or long wheelbase one. And so, like I said, I thought that it was going too cheap, so I just started bidding and then.
You're just like fucking Jim Albert.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I literally was like, they're not getting it for that cheap.
He'd go to a fucking auction and he'd be looking, they'd be bidding on something. He says, I don't even know what the fuck that is, but they're getting it too cheap. So he would run up, and then once in a while, he'd end up owning it, and then he'd haul it back. What the hell is this?
What did I just buy?
Yeah, that's kind of what happened here. After I bought this, I was like, you better go outside and do something else because you're buying too many cars today. Then I missed out on the Packard because I would have totally bought that too. Anyway, wow, that guy, look at that front yard, eh? I got
I'm
two
telling
Citroens and a Renault sitting in the yard. It's kind of tradition to play How Bad Is My Auction Car, eh, you guys?
Oh yeah, well I
You
think
guys wanna
that's.
join me in a little round of How
Hey,
Bad Is My Auction
come on down.
Come on down to your auction car.
It's kind of
Today's auction special,
No, it's beautiful.
Citroen Traction Avant,
It's beautiful, hey.
1956, Familiale.
I love it so
Super
much.
or sucker bait today.
I've never seen one.
Well, I mean, it depends what you're into, I guess, right? But do you like French cars? Well,
If you
would
like
like
sketchy
this,
French
yeah.
cars,
You like
you will probably
Yeah.
like this. You'll probably
well.
forgive. But let's imagine that we were looking at this objectively.
Oh, it's pretty French.
It's
Like
great.
just to look at it. But
Oh,
I'm
no,
just
it's
like,
nice.
how bad is it? Okay, right off the bat, that's fucking harsh, right?
Oh,
Ouch.
there's a little sketchiness,
That's
right?
pretty poor.
Oh, but that's
Good.
minor, really. Oh, okay. That's,
don't know
don't
about
wiggle
that.
on that too hard. You don't want us to cause another problem.
That's steel.
Hey,
Don't touch the.
look at sketchy rust
No,
bubbles.
factory bubbles. That's just like orange peel, but a little heavier.
that's orange peel, yeah, those blisters, eh? Cracking blisters of orange peel everywhere.
I don't know.
That's okay. That's hey.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Look at the vandalism
What do you
going
get the
here.
razor blade and just start scraping it
Oh,
off?
yeah, that's
Now
pretty
becomes
harsh.
an urgent repair.
Yeah, before it was just
It was fine. You could hardly see it.
I can hardly see it.
What are those?
Oh man, I don't know.
That's
Looks like she's taking a little kick in the rear.
yeah, but this,
Oh, that's alright. I thought that was welding scars. No, that's
no,
just
dents,
dents.
dents
That
and
looks like
bullshit.
Bondo cracking and
It
dead.
looks
Sure,
like the
but that's-
bumper might have touched a little, but not too hard.
Okay, but like
No,
you
no,
gotta apply the proper
Overall,
like, you guys
it's
are
like
applying
a
too
8
high
out
of
of
a
10.
magnification.
we're being dicks.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's stuff underneath there that'll make your hair stand up.
What?
Yeah,
How
but
there's
well,
no-
the
how
question
it's
is
not
it
rusty?
structurally a good
no,
car?
it's
Is it
rusty.
good bones?
It's rusty. They're all rusty. No, the
Oh,
rockers
they're-
are totaled. They're garbage. From like here down,
You can see it
the
all
whole bottom of the car has to be rebuilt.
Well, I just want you to know you kind of highlighted the whole rockers.
Oh yeah,
That's
they're garbage.
that's poor for rockers to know.
Yeah. Or you drive it the way it is, but how are you going to pass an inspection? Or do you can you dust the rockers in and just ignore it? I'd rather, like, if we get this thing and it runs and drives good, yeah, it's getting sketchy patches on the rockers,
like
and
that
we're gonna
Our
fuck
sketchy
it.
patches look pretty fucking good when we're done.
But just do them right. Do it right.
This thing is worth the money.
But don't go full resto.
But you know where that leads. You got it all apart, and you're up.
Okay.
You know, I'm just saying that the might as wells.
Hey, you know what this is? This is Newport time. 2.5 months the cars were driving down the road.
Yeah, you could.
No, but you
Transmission
That's your
linkage?
transmission
That's
linkage.
awesome, isn't
That's
that?
cool, right?
Looks like a job for
How big the
Steven.
arms are.
I like that. Huge rods
Yeah, it's cool as hell.
for front
rods.
shifting.
We should have a
transmission.
battery charger on this thing and give her a fucking
Whoa.
cranky.
Come on, let's open her up and put some oil in those cylinders and stuff.
Oh, I think Richard had it running.
Oh, did he
Yeah,
already?
I think so.
Right.
Today, trunk treats. Traction trunk treats. Tonight. And it's got a spare. Oh, let's look
got
at what
two
we're filming.
spares.
Okay, what is this? It's got some shit in there. Yeah. Oh, there's a mirror. That's nice. Hubcap. Hey, Citroen dishes. Super tiny dishes.
Starter drive.
Oh, nice.
You got
That's-
Citroen dishes?
that might be handy.
Yeah. Oh,
Cool.
nice. Trim rings, dishes.
Putting the dock. Yeah, that's great.
You are missing one on the. That's
I think Richard threw a spare on the thing. I think it's been literally sitting for over, well,
Other starter drive.
over 10 years. So
How long has this car been in Alberta? Like a long time?
10 years, but never registered. So
I'm
Unless they were
in
wrong.
love with it. It's gorgeous, man.
cool, eh?
It's so crazy,
Yeah.
man. Like I've never seen one in my life. Is that an ominous sign? It's got 3 starter drives in the trunk.
Oh, that's great news. Those are probably worth a fortune.
It's custom.
Yeah, it's a crazy looking car.
Yeah.
Just a super looking car.
I'll give you 5,800 right now. Go to the bank rate. Get out of here.
You let Dean's greasy flip. Where's the clearance sign? We should put it on the car.
I don't know. I just like it the way it is. Actually, it's so nice.
Yeah, but it won't pass out of province. And I mean, we haven't even scratched the surface of what this thing might be.
Well, Steven's geeking out in it. Look.
But I like the idea of just patching the fenders and driving it the way it is. It's like a staff car, fucking.
Yes.
It's our
You can probably church it up enough.
You guys, thanks so much for watching the video again this week. As always, we had a great time putting it together, and really appreciate if anybody would watch the whole thing. For those of you that did, I wanted to make a very special announcement, which is that our Cold War Motors 2024 calendar is finished, and we are putting it on sale right now. Very happy with how it turned out, and very, very proud of it. What we've decided to do is take orders for a couple of weeks, and that is for everybody who wants a guaranteed chance to get one. And we will probably print a few extras if we get enough demand in the first couple of weeks, but we really wanted to get them on sale as soon as possible for everybody who wants to be sure to get one before Christmas. So that means we are offering them for sale right now as we're getting the first run printed. The intent is to have all the earliest orders in the mail headed your way before Halloween to make sure that they are there well before the end of the year. Pretty good chance there will be more for sale than the initial 2 weeks, but the first 2 weeks will determine if we decide to print an extra few and put them in the store, or whether we just take that first number and print them exactly to order and ship them. I guess we're hoping that everybody who wants one would order one fairly soon. Better chance for everybody to get them before the end of the year, and preferably before Christmas if you wanted to have one for Christmas for somebody else. Couple things are different about our calendar project. Unlike the t-shirts, we are shipping them directly from my living room here. To get exactly what I wanted, we had to find it, source the printing locally, and even the packaging. Our patron Matt Yoryu designed and built us boxes specifically to fit these calendars. The idea there being that we are trying to get the shipping as reasonable as possible given the mass of the calendars. They are quite heavy. I wanted them to be a very good quality. They're printed on cardstock, 11 by 17. You know, they have to be boxed and they have to have bubble wrap on them. So there is a bit of consideration for shipping, but we did get the packaging down to the bare minimum that we thought would make sure that they all arrived in good shape. Anyway, lots of your favorite Cold-War Motors characters and cars are in the calendar, and I want to say very sincere thanks to Matthew Yoryu. Just really went beyond the call of duty there. Thanks so much, Matt. That really saved the whole project. And of course to my friend James Kelly, JCK Photography, and he lives in Calgary and he's a flight instructor there, but he's actually quite a photographer, and I can assure you guys that the quality of the photographs in our calendar are as good as anybody could have done. I could not be happier. I fancied myself able to take pictures, but James went like beyond the call of duty. We had a really excellent couple of days shooting photographs with the calendar, and it was really hard to pick 12. We picked the absolute best for this, and very proud of it. Thanks as always to the patrons of the show. You guys make it possible to do the show. Thanks everybody who watched the V8 showdown. You guys, we had a real blast putting that together, and it was a giant amount of editing, but I was very proud of it, and I think it turned out really well. And of course, thanks to my sister for being such a good sport and driving the Death Trap Studebaker to victory. Of course, winter coming up now, so time for a little more serious work, a little less goofing off. I've got multiple projects lined up for the winter. We're going to finish some existing projects, and we're going to start some new ones. So anyway, that's it. I really just wanted to say thank you very much to everybody for watching, and thank you guys in advance. Everybody who wants to buy a calendar, they're at our coldwarmotors.com website. Oh, there's one more thing I want to mention about the calendar. Because we're shipping the calendar from my living room, the store is going to be only selling the calendar for the next couple of weeks. So once those are all on the way, we'll put the store back to the way it was, and then we'll have the coffee mugs and beer cozies and such back available again. But for the next couple of weeks, we are just going to concentrate on trying to get the calendars sorted and printed and shipped to you guys. So we kept the whole thing as hands-on as possible, because I'm really personally invested in making this a very successful and high-quality enterprise for you guys. So, I genuinely appreciate that anybody would open their wallet to help keep this show going, and I take it very seriously. On that note, I want to say a very special thank you to the last few people who haven't got their Model T shirts yet. There was a screw-up with the printer. There was nothing that we could do about it, and we've been kind of hounding them, and I believe that the last few of you guys should have your shirts shipped very soon, and sincere apologies on their behalf. Thank you guys so much for your patience. It really does mean a lot to us that you trusted us, and we take it very seriously. Have a terrific week, and we'll see everybody very soon. Is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.